Hello. This is going to be a tier list of everything in Rampage Nights. This is this game. It's like this co-op beat 'em up game where you like go through these dungeons and like fight enemies and stuff. It's a very old game. I don't think anyone plays it at all. Um, but I wanted to make a tier list because I've been playing this game a lot. Um, I have like 100 some hours in this game. And yeah, I just wanted to tier everything. If you don't have, I don't really know. So I guess like for context, the way I kind of evaluate, I'll be evaluating things on insane mode, which is the hardest difficulty. Um, the important thing to, the only really important thing to note is that um, on insane mode, every like level or whatever, you get like a curse or a disease. This is relevant for some items in the game. Um, yeah, if you're playing like normal or like casual or hard, it's uh, some of the items are maybe a little bit less important. If you have no context for this game, yeah, I guess none of this will make any sense. But let's just get into it. So the tiers I have, there's always take, SAB, and then never take. Some items in this game, there's quite literally no reason to not take it. Like it is strictly a beneficial thing. Some items in this game are just bad. Some of them are um, a bit of like personal preference for why I would never take them. Maybe they're not explicitly bad. Um, S tier. I mean, so like having items in this game is better than not having items in this game. Um, so I don't think there's a reason to go below like B tier. There's also like no image assets or anything because it's a very old game that wasn't very popular. So I'm just gonna be doing it in Google spreadsheets. Okay, so I guess like the kind of caveat is like, okay, like if I have this starting weapon and then I pick up like this weapon, like this is explicitly um, a better weapon. I'm also now noticing this doesn't tell me how much like base weapon damage this does, but whatever. Um, that's actually a little bit problematic, but surely it's fine. Um, the caveat is like if you have the base weapon, like this weapon will like always be better. I guess trying to evaluate in context of um, hmm. Okay. Hmm. It might be a bit hard to evaluate some of these, but we'll try our best. So this weapon, I can't remember how much base damage it does, but it might be like 12 or something. For context, I think like this starter weapon does like 5 or something. Um, this would probably be spell damage is like semi relevant. This is like kind of whatever. It's like not bad. I think it like looks cool to have. I'll put it in uh, A tier. Axe of Leash. This does like 20 damage maybe. This honestly like I used to think this is like really good, but the better you get at the game, you just don't really get hit, or you shouldn't be getting hit. And even if you do get hit, you should probably like it's not that hard to find healing between like food items and potions. Um, if you're a newer player, like this is good. Like you'll probably be getting hit, and then you can heal it off. But for me, I just put this in A tier. They're better weapons. Barbarian axe. Um, I this is just like a tier 3, so it's like maybe like I guess I could evaluate it relative to their tier. I guess Barbarian axe like it being fast is good. Swinging faster means enemies stay stun locked more consistently. Um, yeah, it's like a solid weapon. Um, Mm, yeah, I guess probably need a lot of things in A tier. I guess Barbarian Sword. This is I think like 20 something damage. Um, it's good. Fast. I would prefer this over this, honestly. Does it jump into S? I don't know if it's actually that good. I think there's like 22 damage or something. You could definitely like. The other thing is like you can beat the game with, like, any of these weapons you can beat the game with. Like it's not really changing too much. It's like nice to have. I don't know if S makes sense. Maybe there needs to be another tier like A plus. Um, I guess I'll just toss into A. Battle Axe doubles the critical chance. I don't know how much damage this does. Put it in A. I don't want to do that thing where it's like, oh, I have so many in one tier, I have to like shake it up. I think most of the items in this game are going to be in A and B. Bearded Axe. I think this is like a starter weapon. Bloodthirsty Axe. Kill makes it bloodthirsty. Yeah, like this is good. This is like not relevant against bosses, but you're probably not getting this until the later stages of the game. It also like doesn't really matter. I think like the main thing you're evaluating for weapons is either like how fast you can swing to get more hits in, or like the base damage. I mean, if that's the logic, I'll move this into. I'll move Barbarian Sword into S. This is like nice. It's like a nice like quality of life thing. It's not like super cool, amazing. I don't know. I'll put it into S though. Like it does make clearing rooms a bit easier because you kill an enemy and then big damage and then you get another kill. Yeah. Bomba Stick throws bombs on dash and jump attack. I'll put this in B because if you don't have immunity to explosions, this can get really annoying really quickly. But it's definitely like you can work around it. Bone Sword, double damage against the undead. It's like okay. I'm realizing like okay, this should probably be in B. And so should this. No, which one? And so should this one probably. They just have like less damage. I guess it's like there's no world where you would take any of these over any of these. Yeah, the tiers are kind of useful. What did I just rate? Double damage. Okay, broad axe. Oops. I think this is just the default starting weapon. Broadsword. This probably has like a damage buff or something. I don't know how much damage this does. It's fine. Okay, this is just like categorically worse. Do I need a C tier? Maybe I'll do a C tier actually. It's like, okay, well then, I don't know if this is a starter weapon or not. I think this is. I'm pretty sure it's a starter weapon. Bearded Axe, that might be a starter weapon as well. Carrot, yeah, I mean, Cleaver, yeah, these are kind of whatever. The short weapons are like a little bit annoying to use. Crusader Sword, this is like a, on insane mode, this is just like free win. Yeah, I mean, there's no downside to this actually. Deal double damage against demons and it removes a curse. Like, very good. Makes insane mode not really a difficulty. So many demons spawn. Yeah, it's pretty broken. Curse Sword of the Underworld. This weapon's really good too. Holy, why did it do that? You can get up to like 4 or 5 curses, and then like you can even maybe like 3 to 4 curses, and then you can like tack on diseases. Just does a lot of damage. Obviously, it's like, can you deal with the curses or diseases? But like, if you are familiar with the game, it's like most of the curses are not that bad. And the ones that are, most of the curses are more annoying than bad. Um, some are actively bad, but um, they're all workable. So just basically a weapon with very little downside. Cutlass, yeah, it's default weapon, double sweep kick. This does like 12 damage or something. It's like, I don't know. It's like whatever. Double axe, crit damage, also kind of like whatever. Elven sword, is good. Just does a lot. I think it swings fast too, but it does like 25 damage or something. I'd put an S. It's like a very good weapon. Master. So this does, like it has like 99 weapon damage, but only with critical hit. I think your base critical hit is like 10% or something. You can like get that up a bit. I mean, it's like I don't really like pick it up because it's. I mean, it's I don't know. I don't really remember if it like you'll just be doing 0 damage most of the swings. I think it's like not that good. If your crit chance is like your crit chance increases every time you hit an enemy, so that helps. But your base crit chance is like probably 10% or something, and it's like okay, you're still gonna be swinging against the enemy. Like let's say you hit the enemy like 10 times, and then like you get 2 crits in there or something. Like okay, you kill them in 2 hits, but you still swung 10 times. So like if you had like an elven sword or something, like they would have just died in 10 hits anyways. So yeah, incredibly inconsistent, pretty gimmicky. You can make it. I mean, if you have a high crit chance, it's good. It's just a bit overkill. It's like, yeah, I'd just rather have a weapon. Put in B tier, I guess. Extra damage is a single target. This is like early stage weapons, pretty good. Poisonous weapon. I actually really like this weapon. Poison's like, we won't ever use into the late game, but poison is really good against. I mean, just good in general. Like they're just taking damage forever. Flamberge slow. I really hate slow weapons. If you have like a sword, if you have a belt that makes you swing fast, this is probably like a or S tier weapon, but like that's like all weapons, or like you're just negating the downside. So it's like yeah, you just have a good weapon. I personally don't like slow weapons, so I will put this in B tier. But this is, I mean, it does a lot of damage. Probably just like 25 damage or something, which is really high. And also like it, but like I'm not taking this over these weapons. Flaming sword is good. This probably does like 13, 14 damage or something. I would probably, yeah, it's good. I would take this over here. Same with Frostblade. Elements are good in this game. You chill enemies, you burn them. This one you poison them. This one just doesn't. This one does like 9 base damage. This might be like 13 or something. Whoa. 9's like incredibly low. You probably eventually get rid of this actually. Oh yeah. Actually yeah. I think there are like upgraded versions of these weapons, but they're good. Gladius is just like solid damage. Great sword. I don't know what this is. I think it's just a flat. It just does a lot of damage. I literally don't know what this is, but I think my suspicion is like a mid-20s damage weapon. Okay, the fact that I don't remember it, it probably should not be an A tier. Hailstorm. This is good. Yeah, cold is good. Freezing enemies is really broken in this game. It's good. Hammer of Elements. This is an S tier weapon. Basically, you can cycle between ice or cold, or yeah, ice, fire, and poison when you jump attack. So certain enemies in this game have resistances to some of the elements. Like a demon is not going to take fire damage, and then like the undead are not going to take poison damage. And then there's like cold resistant enemies. So against whatever specific enemy, you can like manipulate what you want. So against demons, you can like poison them, or you can freeze them. Low key, it's kind of a trap sometimes. If you're in like some room setups, make it so like you have to be really careful with your positioning. And if you like try to manipulate the jump attack, you might like just get hit. But it's good to have the option. It also just does the base damage is maybe like 25 or something. It's really strong. Hard iron cuddle, stun on critical hit. Yeah, good. Havoc has a chance to drop. This is like, I mean, it's not bad. It's not. It's kind of like whatever. Slow. I hate slow weapons. I mean, these do a lot of damage. I just really hate slow weapons. Generally, the meta in this game is to get like fast, ideally like fast hits here and there. The rooms that are hard are like, okay, the rooms that are hard have like pits, but like rooms with a lot of enemies, it's like you want to just roll a bunch and then get a few hits in and then roll. So the slow weapons are not great because first of all, like it just takes longer to actually hit. Well, that's actually mostly it. And then, you know, you're more susceptible to taking damage from like other enemies walking up to you. You like generally like you're stun locking like a few enemies in front of you, and then you're kind of just like looking to see other enemies coming in. Are they attacking? Are they not? So you don't really pay attention to like what you're hitting. But with the slow weapons, sometimes they're so slow. It's like the enemy that you're supposed to be stun locking, they're not even stun locked, so you just get hit by them, and it sucks. And yeah, icicle. This is good. Elements, cold element is good. So iron axe. That's just reads like a starter weapon. Okay, I guess I'm just going off the tiers, but I don't know what any of these are. Just like flat damage things. Massive cleaver, sure. Matchstick. Matchstick is like, it doesn't have very high base damage. Fire is good, but this one doesn't do a lot of damage. Genre, this just like looks cooler than it actually is. It's like the base damage is good. The hammer is pretty whatever. Critical casting lighting also low key whatever, but it's pretty cool. Molten axe. I like molten axe. This is feeling a bit out of place the more I look at it. Molten axe. It is good. It is good. The base damage is quite strong too, maybe like 20. This needs to be moved. I was debating like it's icicle, freezes on kill, havoc, hailstorm. Is that the one? Hailstorm is pretty good. Like both of these are like S or A. I have no idea what this is. I'll be honest. Morning Star. It's like okay. This is also okay. Some of these items look made up. I will not lie to you. Double damage against deep paladin sword. Okay, whatever. Pirate sword. Okay, so it's good. It gives you a lot of gold. Thing is, you don't need a lot of gold to win this game. You can skip every optional room in the game, and like you'll be fine. You can probably beat the game with base weapons. It would just take way longer and be really annoying. If you're like going into every optional room, yeah, like it's good. You can buy stuff at shops. You're not even guaranteed shops, I think. You'll likely find them, but like sometimes they don't have things you want, or like, yeah, but it's like a kind of a utility weapon. It does decent damage. It's definitely like you would take it over, you know, like this stuff that has no other modifier, but it's like not great. You don't really need it. Poison dagger. Oh, this one's like this one's a little bit whatever. Poison's good. Okay, I guess the poison does make it better than these base weapons. It's just a little bit whatever. I mean, similar thing, kind of whatever. Reaper, I mean, this is kind of like, if I have any of these, like, I probably wouldn't take this Reaper over, like, any of these weapons, or most of these weapons. But, like, you're taking it over all of these. So, yeah, I guess. OCX, starter weapon. It's like whatever weapon. There are a lot more weapons in this game than I thought. Shadowblade hits all room with critical hit. This is not a bad weapon. It's quite nice. For room clear, it's really good. Doesn't do like a ton of damage. It's pretty forgettable. It's pretty forgettable. This is also like good, but a little bit forgettable. I mean, yeah, it's whatever. Short sword, pretty forgivable. I don't know what this is. Slayer's Axe. This is like pretty good. I think the damage kind of holds it back a bit, but actually, I can't really remember how much damage this does. Slayer's Axe. But actually, this is like quite good. I don't get it that often, I guess. Or like, I kind of like the cool effects you get from these, like the elements or like whatever. But this is actually like really good. Plus, critical damage is a lot of damage. I'll put it in S. I should probably use it more if I ever see it. Small axe, yeah, whatever. Spore and sword. I mean, it's good. I think the base damage holds it back. It's like 13 or something. Actually, 70% extra damage. That's a lot of damage, or no? Like, what's the math on that? I don't know. I give up. Spike Club, whatever. This one, whatever. Sword of Pyromancy. This is a good weapon. You can kind of just read it. I think this is the one I was thinking of. It's like 19 damage, maybe. It's good. Undertaker takes half. Again, like, just don't get hit. Kappa, but like actually don't get hit. Like, I would rather have the Sword of Pyromancy over this. It does feel wrong to put it in this tier. I'm not sure if that's true. There's worlds where I would take like Matchstick over Undertaker because the fiery weapon, like, it's good. I don't get hit, so I don't need this. And again, there are other sources of healing. Whoa. Venomous Blade. Hey. Yeah, it's short. It's like a starter weapon. Poisonous weapon. This one's good. This one does like 19 damage. Good. Spell damage plus 10. Like, if you have like a strong spell and you have like spell books, it's good. Wooden club, starter weapon. Yeah. I guess like putting this in always take is actually a little bit not true. Like, there are conditions where you wouldn't take it. Actually, I guess it's like if I'm trying to win the most possible runs, I would want this. It's kind of funny how these are like contrasting. One gets rid of the curses, the other leans into it. Yeah, a lot of mid weapons in this game. Next, throwing weapons. So these are items in your slot you can throw. Bomb. I hate the bomb. I don't know. I mean, yeah, okay. Bomb. Yeah, not a fan. You're not immune to explosions. Also, like, the problem with the bomb is you throw it and it kind of goes in front of you, but your enemies are like running, but it goes like further than like the attack range of most enemies. Most enemies in this game are like melee, so they run up to you like right in your face and try to swing. Your bomb goes past them because of like just the arc that it's thrown. You also can just get hit by these. Yeah, I just like never use it. Poison dart is like S for me. Or it's always take. The only reason you wouldn't, okay, I hesitate because you wouldn't take it if you have a weapon or some other item that poisons enemies already. it's like it just becomes redundant at that point. But if you don't, it's an always take. Poison is very strong in this game. Um, like when there's like big enemies, you just poison them, and then as you fight them, it'll take like I don't know 30 seconds, a minute, whatever. Like that damage adds up. Um, I think it makes sense to put an always take, but it's technically not an always take. I don't know. SS tier is maybe a bit better. Actually, by my own definition, like these should all just be an S. There are some items in this game that you would just always take. That's annoying. Okay, I think I can't in good. I by definition I can't do that. I think I should shift everything over actually. Is there one column right? Well, that's not what I wanted to do. I guess like the whole point of like always take is like it's not really a consideration. Maybe these should be switched. This feels a bit unintuitive because it's like why is the like these are the good items, why would they be on like the end? But these are like these should be items that it's like you literally should always take, so it's not even like a choice or like a consideration. Yeah, stone's pretty whatever. I mean actually stunning enemies is actually quite good. I think for me it's like a lot of enemies you can just like kill them instead. I don't really use stones. I don't really use it, I guess. But it's like pretty good. I don't know. I'll put it in. Oh, this nomenclature is messing me up because it says C, but it's A. Okay. Oh wait, that just doesn't help. Okay. What if can I ignore this column or no? Help. Okay, whatever. Throwing axe. This one if you throw it in a line and there's like 3 enemies standing in a line, it'll like cut through all of them. I would say it's better than a stone, but not a tier better. I think that goes to the throwing dagger. These do a lot of damage. So for like big enemies, you can if you throw like 4 to 5 throwing daggers at a big enemy, like they will just die. Actually, this should probably be an S because like let's say you have a poison weapon and you don't need this, you're taking throwing daggers all day, and I would move this to A. Yeah. Spells. This is like your first slot. It's like the magic. You have like spell damage, and these are like the spells. Arcane orb. Okay, this one charges up like a big ball, and then you release it. It's not very good. It gets blocked by enemies with shields. It also like if you're too close to the explosion, like you shoot it and then it'll like hit the enemy or whatever, and then it'll like blow up. If you're too close to it, it will like knock you up. It doesn't damage you, but it like hits you in the air, and then like sometimes you can get hit. But even if you don't get hit, that's not a desirable thing to happen. Like the thing you want to do with spells is like you want to shoot them, and then you want to like kite and like hit enemies, and then your spells will recharge. This one like this one locks you into an animation, and then like it shoots this ball. The ball doesn't do a lot of damage. It can get blocked. It can like mess up your rhythm. Yeah, I don't like this one. Book from the cabin, curses enemies. This is not bad. Usually I prefer other things though. Can tornado whirls you through the battlefield. This one's also not bad, but I prefer other. Basically, yeah, it like does this animation, where you like do a spinning thing. It's not terrible. You don't really need it though, is the thing. Also, I don't know how it interacts with spell damage. Cyclops laser eye. Basically, you shoot a laser in a straight line. Also, like not bad. This is good if like there's enemies that are like a bit far away. You can kind of like zone them a little bit. It's like pretty good actually. I like it's definitely serviceable. Decoy. I mean, this one's pretty whatever. I don't even like you'd rather have it than nothing, but you would prefer other things over it. I think, in my opinion. Dwarven contraption. This one's very good. This one is like a cube, and like if you throw it on an enemy, it'll just put them in a box, and then they slowly die. That alone would still keep it in. Whoa! What just happened? That alone would probably put it in A tier, because some enemies are really annoying. You can't trap big enemies, but like some armored enemies, like the armor guys with the shields, just annoying to deal with. Just trap them in there. So it's really good. Doesn't work on bosses, so that's not great, or big enemies, but that kind of makes sense. It also like builds a bridge, which can make traversing some of the rooms a bit easier, which is nice. Open chest is also like a quality of life thing. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Flame orb. I really like flame orb. I guess I'm thinking, is there anything I would put in S tier? I don't know. Flame orb is good. Like burning enemies is good, and it's very easy. Like you kite, you like shoot the flame orb things, and then you run away, and it's like you can just rinse and repeat. Very solid weapon. Freedom giver. Freedom giver is very good. Basically, you like float in the air and you drop bombs, and you can like move around. So it's really like if you're in a bad situation, you can just use it to get out. You have to be careful because if you're not immune to explosions, you could get hit by that. But it's like a very solid weapon or spell. I would say it's more utility than like. Well, that's not entirely true. It does also like is useful in combat. It's good. It is good. It is good. Should I put in S? I'll put in S. It's good. Would I take it over these? I'm not entirely convinced I would take it over the flame orb. Actually, I probably would. Some rooms are quite bad and you need space, and this gives you space. I'm thinking about rooms that are like very small. There's not a place. There's like a lot. It's like mostly pit, and there's like a few places to stand. This helps you like blow up enemies and like deal with those tricky rooms. Frost orb. This is a pretty easy S for me. You just freeze enemies and they're just frozen and they can't move. It's just broken. Like it's maybe the most broken effect in the game for like normal enemies, because you just hit them for free. Lightning rod. This one's also S for me. This one, it just like does these like lightning strikes on enemies and they get like knocked up. One like very niche thing you can do, or it's not even niche, but like if you have a double jump, if you're playing assassin, or if you drink a jumping disease potion and you live all the rooms, you get double jump. There are some rooms with pillars, like these stone pillars that are 2 jump heights tall. You can double jump on top of there, and you cannot get hit by anything, almost everything in the game. There might be like 2 or 3 projectiles in the game that can hit you. And sometimes I think like big like giants can jump and hit you. But you're immune to like at least 90%, at least 95% of the hitboxes in the game. So if you really want to cheese the game, or if you're just in like a tough room or something, you can just double jump onto this stone pillar, and then you can use this spell, and like eventually you will beat the room. Like your mana will recharge and you just spam this and it will hit it'll hit the enemies. In normal combat it's also great disruption. It'll like when it strikes enemies, small enemies, they'll land like on their back. So if you're assassin, you can assassinate them, or like you can pick them up and throw them into a pit. Or just like, them being on the ground is good for you because then you can stomp on them and just attack them. Yeah, it's good. It's great. Magic missiles. Magic missiles is an A tier. It's just these like missiles that like do bits of damage. It's a nice like utility thing. It's slightly worse than like the flame orb, but it's like you get some damage here and there as you're kiting away. It's nice. Rain of arrows. Yeah, this one's kind of whatever. It's like it shoots at like that awkward angle where like your enemies have to be a bit far away. Like whereas like, for example, like magic missiles or flame orb, they can be like right in front of you and you just like shoot it and it's fine. This one you have to like space it a little bit. It's not bad. Sparkling orb, this one's also S for me. Very good disruptive spell. You kind of just like as you're like kiting, you can just like use it and it'll like briefly stun lock them like every time. So if you just hold it, they'll just like stay stun locked for like 5 seconds as they're taking damage from it. So it's just free damage. Teleporter stone, this one's like a utility. This one's purely utility. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Like it's good in rooms where they have a lot of pits, I guess. But otherwise, it's like, I don't know. You don't really need it. You can just like roll across the room or something. It's not great. Warhorn, basically you do it and then you get stronger. Or you do more damage and like your movement speed's increased. The thing that's slightly annoying is like, again, the meta of this game is to kite enemies. So like for 10 seconds you might only get like, I don't know, like a dozen hits in or something. That's actually a bit optimistic. In 10 seconds you might get like, depending on the room, you might get like 6 or 7 hits in before you have to like kite a bit. Actually, I don't really know. You're not like the problem is just like you might not be able to maximize those 10 seconds super well, and then the cooldown is insanely long. Yeah, and like you might be goaded into like, oh, I have to get my swings in because it's like unbuffed, but sometimes that can be a trap. Like the situation is just like not great, or like you don't have like the setup for like certain attacks you want to do. But it's not bad. It's definitely better than like some of these other ones. So yeah. Equipment. Okay. So armor in this game is, in my opinion, like the best, is like the strongest thing in this game. Like when you are familiar with everyone's attack patterns, like you're not getting hit that often. So those times you do get hit, it's like having armor is like, oh, you saved this like instance. Bomb armor, explodes on hit, immunity explosions. Okay, this one doesn't actually prevent you from taking damage. Yeah, so I can't really. Okay, putting it in C tier doesn't feel right though. Okay, actually no, it's definitely B tier. It's B tier. It's B tier. Demonic armor blocks all hits. You lose base vitality, but if you take a hit, it regenerates durability. So like, wait, this is not after a kill. This is after a room. After a kill would be nuts. Basically, like if I go into a room, I get hit once, and then I clear the room, I get +1 durability. Basically, every room gives you a durability. And so like for me, it's like I should never be getting hit 3 times in a room. Sometimes it is 2, but like I should not be. So it's basically just infinite armor, and the base vitality loss doesn't matter because when you have the armor, you're not taking damage. When you lose the armor, you get the vitality back. So there's literally I don't know what the downside to this is. I guess there are some cases where if your base health is like low, you could die from like poison or like um I'm just realizing now there's a weapon that like wasn't listed. Right? There's a weapon that like does a ton of damage, but takes uh that deals 10 damage to you every room. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure I didn't evaluate it, but that's another way that this could matter. But other than that, there's literally like no downside to it. So I would say this is the best armor. This is either the best or second best armor in the game. Dragon armor blocks our hits, immunity to fire. Yeah, very good. A tier. Elven armor blocks all hits, immunity to poison and diseases. Immunity to poison is relevant. Diseases is like a nice to have. Like both of these are good to have. Poison is also really good. Heroic plate armor, this is also easy S tier. 7 durability and the crit chance is really good. Iron armor, like very good. Leather armor, okay. It's definitely worse. It's strictly worse than these, but it's better than bomb armor. Like I'm taking this over bomb armor every day of the week because blocking hits is just that much better. Protector plate you don't get to take damage from projectiles like arrows or something. Like you shouldn't be getting hit by those anyways. Also it's like, yeah, it's not great. Rainbow armor, immunity, fire, cold, poison. It's nice to have. I'd rather just block hits though. Turtle shell blocks hits, so it's an A tier. This one kind of amuses me because every time you get hit, it drops like 5 healing points, but you're wearing armor, so you're not losing vitality. So this feels a little bit redundant. I guess also I'm evaluating this whole thing in solo mode. In co-op, like, you know, your partner might not have armor, so like this is relevant. Okay, Druid's Rope. Regeneration +3. I mean, it's pretty whatever. It's pretty forgettable. Like if you're not taking damage, like if you have armor, this and you're like full health, this just won't do anything until after you lose your armor and then get hit. Which shouldn't be happening. This does help against like poison. But again, there's a lot of healing sources. There's a non-trivial amount of healing sources in the game, I would say. If you're like managing your resources well, and also not getting hit. I guess there's also like I would rather have most of these other ones than this one. Heroic belt, vitality +10. It's good. Vitality is like relevant. Lifeguard's belt, saves you from falling into pit. That should just never be happening anyways. Again, obviously this is better than nothing, but I'd rather have other things. Strength +5. Strength is good. Dealing more damage is good. Immunity to curses. Yeah, that shit's broken. The thing that's not listed is that I think demons deal double damage against you, but like don't get hit. Slayer's belt. Yeah, this is good. Damage against big enemies and bosses is good. Swordmaster belt is really good. I'm gonna move this actually to A tier. Swinging all weapons really fast. This makes all those slow weapons just have no downside. Yeah, so it's good. Boots. You can double jump. If you're playing assassin, you can double jump anyways, and if you can't, there's a non-trivial chance that you'll find a jumping disease potion. After like 6 rooms, you just get double jump. So, yeah. These just become literally useless if either of those conditions are true. Also, like double jump isn't necessary. It's a quality of life thing. So, yeah. Boots of Wind, run speed. Also, like, who cares? It's nice, but like, who cares? Every 10 seconds, your jump explodes. Immediate explosions. Uh, like it's good. Immunity explosions is good. The It's a little bit whatever. It's better. It's better than these because every 10 seconds it can feasibly do something in combat. Also, this immunity is nice. You levitate over chasms. Like it's a nice to have, but doesn't really do anything. It's a utility thing. Frost boots kicks freeze enemies immunity to cold. It's probably actually no. It's A tier. Like freeze is good. The immunity to cold is a little bit whatever though. Heals on fire, burn the ground around you, immunity to fire. Like they're better than the firecrackers, but they don't. I mean, the burn in the ground thing doesn't really do that much damage. Um, like, I mean, yeah, it's pretty whatever. Iron boots, yeah, this is S tier. The most important thing it does is destroy spikes. So rooms with lots of spikes, you can literally just walk over them, and you're chilling. These other two are like quality of life. Basically, it does more damage when you like step on enemies, and then just opening chests is just like really nice. But it's mostly the spike destroying that's a good utility. Leather boots. Oh, those are just the starting boots. So, yeah. Okay, familiars. So you can have familiars if you're not playing Warlock. Angry chicken. So when you lays an egg whenever you are hit. I mean, again, it's like okay. So the one thing to consider is that you can have up to 7 familiars. So there's no reason to not take this. But feasibly, you could have a run where you encounter more than 7 familiars, and then it's like I can't put this in always take, even though like practically this isn't always take. There's literally no downside, or the downside is that maybe you run into like 8 familiars on this run, and then like you took this one when you could have taken something else. So I'm not really sure how to evaluate this. Lazy egg whenever you're hit. I mean, just like don't get hit. Sometimes you do get hit though, and then it's nice to take 3 less damage every time you're hit. But it doesn't really do anything. I'll put it in A tier, I guess. It's like I'm putting it in B tier. I don't know. It's like who cares? For Shem, this isn't always take for me. Basically it's like it does what the lightning rod does, just randomly, and so it can be disruptive, but it's never disruptive in like a bad way. Like sometimes you'll be beating up an enemy and then it'll like send them into the air, and it's like okay, I'll just wait like a second and then continue killing them. But it's just free damage basically. Tiny Domin. How do I not know how to say this word? Dominatrix. This is like a familiar that like periodically like hits this whip, and then it'll like deal a little bit of damage to like all enemies in the room. It'll like snap them. I'm putting this in never take because it's disruptive, but in a bad way. So like a common, why does it do this? A common like attack pattern you do in this game is like you want to get enemies on the ground, or like you'll like throw enemies onto the ground, so that way if you're assassin you can assassinate them, or if you're not you can like step on them and then like hit them when they get up. It's like very effective to like keep enemies like perma stun locked. Sometimes enemies when they fall on the ground you can also pick them up and like throw them into pits, which is like a really good way to kill enemies because you don't have to like do like deal their damage, their entire health bar worth of health. You can just throw them into the pit and they insta die. What this familiar does is that it will like snap enemies that are lying down like back up, and they'll start being active like immediately. So if you're playing assassin, sometimes you'll like hit an enemy to the ground and they're lying down on their back, and you'll walk up and you'll assassinate them. But as you're doing that, your familiar will just like hit this whip, and then the enemy will just stand up, and then you can't assassinate them. Like that's actively bad. Or if like they're laying down, and like you'd be stepping on them, they just stand up, and it's like, okay, now I have to like repeat this previous attack pattern. So I never take this. I think also it doesn't do that much damage. Like I think it does like, I don't know. It's not good. I hate it. Minicula, this familiar, I think all it does is like every time you kill an enemy, you heal 1 health. This is a little bit like the Angry Chicken, where it doesn't deal damage. It just heals you. But like you shouldn't be getting hit. But it's not bad, you know, like it's not great. So B tier it is. Guardian Angel, I mean, there's no reason to not take this. Like I would take 7 of these. It's just 7 lives. Ice Patron, I would also take 7 of these. I would take 7 of any of these. Like, okay, I guess obviously you'd want to have. Okay, actually I can't put these in always take. There's conditions where you would not take it. These are all S tier though. Freeze the enemy, yeah, shoots a projectile that will freeze an enemy. Just broken, freezes broken. Shoots fireballs, burning is good. Free damage is good. This is just free damage. It like occasionally hits an enemy. Oh wait, this is not S. Sorry. A tier. I would say Mini Demon is not S either. Actually, yeah, I can stay there. Burning is good. Yeah. Okay. Potions. I already did this one. Potions. Okay. Ass Potion. So this one just gives you a disease that turns you into a donkey. This is always take because there's no downside. It just gives you a disease, and there are items. So like, if you have the cursed sword, this is just plus 13 damage for free. There's another. Wait, I'm just realizing there's like another category of items that just isn't here. Is it it's modifiers. Okay, cool. Am I missing anything else or no? There's some modifiers that benefit from diseases. There's one in particular. There's one that heals 20 every room that you have a disease. So, yeah. Always takes feels a bit weird because it's like you can also just skip it, and it's like if you don't have Cursed Sword of the Underworld, or if you don't have that other item, like I guess there's no reason to take it. I guess in insane mode too, like technically, I don't know. It's basically like every other dungeon or something, every other level, you get a curse or a disease. I guess having this disease could technically take away one disease from the disease pool it gives you, which could be bad. I don't really know how that works though. Maybe that's a reason to not put it in always take. I don't know. For all intents and purposes, it's like you just take it. I don't know. I don't know. I guess we just leave it in there. It's whatever. Big health potion. I mean, like S. Like it's just free health. Bodybuilder juice. Less vitality, but it gives you strength and size. I think the strength is most important. It's good. If you're not getting hit, like it's even better. Like it's like a free buff basically. I'll put it in S. I guess I'll move this to S. Like there's maybe some conditions you don't take it. Demonic Mixture gives full health, random demonic power, and a disease and a curse. Like you might have to take it at some point. Also, the demonic power is good sometimes, but the curse is bad. So ideally, you're not just getting a curse for free. Hurting medicine, it's a lot of health. Random disease is not that bad, but you know, just get like it's not great. Elven Cure, very good. Speaks for itself. Grand Visitors, terrifying transmuter. Isn't this no? This should be strength and vitality, not health and vitality. Basically, this will mean you're like one hit. I think your base vitality is like 15 or 20, maybe, or like it can be buffed on items and stuff. So you get like 90 strength and like 20 health. It's kind of like a, if you believe in yourself, it's, if you never get hit, it's, I guess, maybe the best weapon in the game, or best item in the game. But I can't in good conscience put it in S tier, put it in A tier. I don't really know how to evaluate health potions. Like they're all good. Okay, actually I guess holy water is like really good. I'll put this in A. Okay, I'll put that in A actually. Okay, actually this ice potion should probably be A as well. I guess like when you compare it to holy water, it's like, what do we do? Okay, now that I'm looking at some of these other items, these should just be an A, not S. Okay, so then maybe these should be in B. And demonic mixture. Okay, whatever. Should be in C, as I was thinking. I'm not sure. Actually, I will put this in C. You would take this in like extreme conditions if that's like the only thing you have, and you're like 1 HP in a room. But generally that shouldn't happen. Jumping potion. This is also an S tier. Yeah, it gives jumping disease, overcome to get double jump. If you're not assassin, S. If you are assassin, it's never take. But potion of giant strength. This gives you like 10 strength and like 10 size. It's just a free buff. It's good. Potion of vitality. I mean, this is an always take. Just gives you 10 health. And you like drink it right away and you're done with it. Or I guess these two would probably be always take. Or no. I guess if you don't have a curse, you don't take it. This is always take actually. Potion of Giant's Strength. Replenishing potion, it's great. Sometimes you get hit. Healing, good. Small health pot, also great. Actually, this is probably like here. Mountain Shafts. This gives you like 10 strength for like 3 rooms, and it does like 10 damage to you or something. It's good. Temporary strength, I guess. Murky Water. This just gives you random disease. Like, functionally, never take this. If you have like something that interacts with diseases, like, I guess, I don't know. There's like some bad diseases is always like there's the one that destroys your boots. That one is like not good. Most of the other ones are pretty whatever. I think in like 99% of cases you don't ever take this. Mysterious potions, I don't know. Basically it does one of these. You're just gambling. I never take this. If you like gambling, you can take it, or like as a last resort, but like you just don't, like you literally don't know what's gonna happen. You could just get a curse. Like, nah. This one burns poison diseases. Does this permanently raise your strength? I don't know. If so, I should drink it more in game. Being drunk is whatever. It only lasts a few rooms. Yeah. It's fine. Okay, modifiers. Onk, regeneration +5. Okay, here's an example of always take. There's no reason to not take this. Being of unnatural growth. If you clear a room without getting hit, you gain health, like 3 health, 2 health. Again, no reason to not take it. Bottomless pouch gives you 3 pieces of gold in every room. I mean, always take this. This gives you an extra life, but if you die, you get cursed. For me, this isn't always take, because I'd rather have a run with the curse, or as opposed to losing the run. It's like nice insurance, but I could see an argument to put this in like S instead. Fierce Mask, critical damage, plus 50. Yeah, I mean, speaks for itself. There's no downside. Oh, the thing about these is like there's no limit of this category of items. There's no limit on how many you can have, and they're not replacing each other. So with like weapons or spells or throwing weapons or armor, or familiars even, or potions, there's like a limit. You can only have one weapon at a time. You can only have one type of throwing item at a time. There's no limit on them. So a lot of these are just strictly beneficial. Flying carpet makes you fly above pits and spikes. What this doesn't tell you is that it sets your move speed to like 80 or something. It's like or like 60. If I'm playing assassin, I never take this, because I really like my move speed. But I will put it in S. Because I mean it's good. It's just like a little bit annoying if you're trying to go fast. Golden magic banana. So you get free health, but then on critical hit you throw a banana peel that enemies will like slip on, but you can also slip on them. So it's a bit annoying. Practically, I always take this. But yeah, it's a little annoying. You eat gold, it heals you. Like, okay, if you have Cursed Beggar, which doesn't let you pick up gold, it's great, because otherwise I think it interacts like that. Otherwise, you'd be picking up stones. Or if you have Curse of Midas, you can't heal off food items, so you can just heal off gold. But most of the time, you just want the gold. I think, like, if you're not getting hit, this is nothing for you. And then, like, if you run into a shop, you don't have gold, you just can't do anything. So I'll put this in like, okay, low-key like C tier. Like, there are significantly more situations where I don't need this, as opposed to ones where I do. So yeah, Grandma's woolly socks, always take. You just, yeah, pure infinity jump. You literally can spam jump forever. This one, just if you throw like a poison dart or whatever, it also throws one behind you. No downside. Multiplies thrown weapons, but makes them weaker. This doesn't feel like an always take to me, though it probably should be, the more I think about it. I think sometimes the hesitation is like, you're usually throwing this to hit one enemy. And it's like, if it hits 2 other enemies, like it throws 3 weapons, like straightforward, diagonal right, diagonal left. Usually you're trying to target one enemy, and it's like if it hits other enemies, that's cool. So you're basically just doing less damage for fun. So I don't take this. But like, you could take this. It's just like, I'm never intentionally like, let me hit these 3 enemies. And also, it's also like not, it rarely happens where you have like 3 sets of enemies lined up in that sort of layout. They're usually like walking at you in a straight line, or they're trying to get on the same axis as you, so they can either like walk in front of you or like shoot a projectile at you. So it's like, you're kind of just you're just losing damage basically. Cracking damage gives you critical damage. It makes you face right, which is a little bit annoying. Like if there's a pit to your left, you can never throw enemies to the left. You can't change directions like while. Oh yeah, you only face right. So like I don't always take it because sometimes I just don't feel like playing that way. But like I mean, it's just like a lot of damage. I'll put it in S. It's good. Mechanic arms, hold attack button to swing. You can't dash anymore. I used to like this. Now I don't really like it that much. Because you use dash attack. Dash attacks are a nice way to like hit enemies into pits, break shields, knock them down to the ground. This is just automating like normal attacking, but you can just like hold down your attack button. So that means you have to break shields with a jump attack. Okay, the more I think about it, it's like not fantastic. Put it in B. Yeah. Well then you burn enemies to touch, immunity to fire. Okay, the one downside about this is I don't think you can pick up barrels. Or barrels start to tick as you pick them up. There's some explosive barrels in this game that can be tricky to navigate. If you have like Cursed Pyroman, this kind of sucks because you can't. It's harder to clear like boss rooms, for example, where like there's a bunch of explosive like poison, cold, or fire weapons. So it's not an always take for me, but it is very good. Like if you don't have Cursed Pyroman, or if you have ways to sort of deal with that, it's like a strict upside. Yeah. This is just free damage. Okay. This one, if you have poison immunity, this is just broken. If you have like, do they not have it? I'm realizing they didn't give us. Okay, if you have like Elven armor, which gives you immunity to poison, and then you find this is just free poison. If you have a antidote, which I'm pretty sure is a potion that was not listed in the list we were looking at, that gives you poison immunity. So this is just free. Otherwise, you get poison for like 99 rooms. And honestly, it's not that bad. Like there are ways to heal. There are a lot of ways to heal. Also, like don't get hit. But poisoning everything you hit is really good. Like I said, like poison is a great effect in this game. This also makes it so like you don't pick up poison dart, or like you can pick up throwing daggers instead of poison darts, so it's just more damage. Obviously, like if you have 5 HP, you can't pick this up because then you'll just die in the next room. Oh, I should also note if you like if you have the Ankh, like this will regen the poison that you take. So you take 5 damage and then you heal 5. Though actually the way it works is when you walk into a room, the regen ticks first and then the poison. So if you're full health, you'll walk into a new room, you'll heal 0, and then you'll take 5 damage. But that means like like when you walk into the next room, you'll heal to full and then you'll take 5 damage. Which is just like, I mean, it's just better than like not healing, but it's a little bit annoying that that's the way it works. Powerful gloves. Okay, I hate these. Basically, like when you throw an enemy, they just go across the entire room and hit the opposite wall. This is not good. There are a lot of pits in the game, and like I was speaking about earlier, a really good way to kill enemies is just to throw them into the pit. If you have these equipped, you cannot do that. They will just go to the opposite side of the room. It's super annoying. I hate these. I hate this item. So that's just me though. Queen bee sends bees on. I mean, yeah, this is just free. This is just free damage. Crit chance increase. The rotten cheese, it just does like ticks of damage around you for free. Increased damage. Yeah, I mean, free damage. Turns you into a berserker. Damage is double when health is halved. I always take this. Maybe you should not always take this. Because you get like one tapped or whatever. But if you have like armor, and like above 30 health, okay. Yeah, if you have like 30, like 25, okay, like 30 plus health and like armor, they have to get through all the armor and then they have to hit you twice. Also, like, it makes it more fun. You do a ton of damage and like you clear rooms faster. There's probably an argument. Well, there's probably an argument to put it in I don't know, like S tier instead of always take, but I always take it for fun. Yeah, free immunity, the extra life. Okay, this comes at the cost of 10 vitality. You get it from like this random event where he offers you to trade max health for an extra life. It's good. There's like more of those items and I'm just not seeing them, but whatever. Steel springs. Your jumps are super huge. I don't like this. I like my normal jump heights. This makes you jump like to the ceiling. It's really annoying because like jump attacks are really good in this game. Because they're like short, you can like time your swing very well. But with these, it's like you jump, you have to wait until you land and then you swing. But sometimes enemies are still firing at your position. So you're in the air. And sometimes they'll just be like throwing a dagger as you're falling. And then like as you land, you just get hit. But if you have a smaller jump, it's less likely because you land faster. So you can react faster. You can move faster. Yeah, I hate these. These are terrible. This is like one of the items I was referencing. If you have a disease, you just heal. This is not true. You heal plus 20 health. So like this interacts with diseases. This is why like ass potion is really strong. You just heal 20. Though again, like regen ticks before poison, so it's a little annoying. Free money is good. I think this is one of these other things that you have to trade 10 vitality for. But like it's chill. Like it's more damage. These are all the same. These just increase your spell damage. There's literally no reason to not take them. And they're all the same. They're just different names and stuff. Okay, I think this is the last category. I could rate like I'll rate classes actually for fun. I guess this has nothing in it. That's fun. Okay, scrolls creates random armor. This is an always take for me. Armor is this is just like this one you can only have one of in your slots. Yeah, I mean armor is like the best, so I just take this. Soul damage plus 10 gives a random curse. This is borderline never take. Curses are not good. And like the spell damage is like negligible. Like most of your build is probably based off your weapon. Not really your magic damage. But the curses also, I feel like they should be like plus 20 or something more absurd. Curses are like quite bad in this game. Scroll of Blessings gives a random blessing. Like, yeah, it's good. It just gives you a random positive effect. Creates blocks above all chasms. This is pretty whatever. Like, you can use it on a boss. I guess there are rooms where you could use it. Okay, I'll move it to B. There's some rooms with like pits in it. Like, it'd be cool to, like, if you're have anxiety about it. Actually, I'm rating this on myself. Actually, no. There's a boss where this is OP. Like, it just solves the boss. But in rooms with pits, like, you want to use a pit to your advantage. But if you use this, you, like, cover the whole room. And then it's like, okay, you just have to literally kill every enemy. You can't cheese them into the pits. Scroll of Duping. This is probably way better in co-op. Like, what would you dupe? You would dupe, like, a familiar, maybe. You would dupe, like, I don't even think you can dupe any of these. Maybe you dupe an armor. Maybe you dupe a health pot. Like this is good. It's just like sometimes it's like you have to find the use cases for it. It's definitely way better in co-op though. Scroll of Escape opens all the doors. It's like whatever. Like if you're speed running, it's good. If a room's hard, then like, why would the next room be easier? Or like getting further into the run is not gonna make things easier. Scroll of Freeze, yeah, it's good. You just freeze all enemies, good. Scroll Levitation, it's pretty whatever. Yeah, Scroll Redemption, like broken. In Insane Mode, insanely broken. Transmorphigation, transforms all the items, good. Sometimes you just want to roll for better items. Why does it do this? Did I just duplicate this? Wait, what is this? Replenishing potion. Oh, oops. Sure. Okay, and then classes. Yeah, AD Vitality, like Strength 5, just the default character. It's like not interesting. Wow, why does it do that? Barbarian, you can't wear armors, and you're slower, but you have like a lot of health and a bit more strength. Not my cup of tea. Armor's broken in this game. This starting weapon like doesn't matter. You'll get new ones. Pirate. I don't really understand like how this works, because you can definitely pick up. Sometimes you can pick up other items, other healing items, or potions. Not being able to use boots is a little annoying, but kind of whatever. I should play more pirate actually, but pirate's like a pretty good character. You start with a little parrot, which is cool. Assassin is like S tier, arguably the best class in the game. Really fast. You can double jump. You can assassinate. You can like dash, or not dash. Like you become invisible when you dash on cooldown. Yeah, broken. Warlock, also arguably the best character in the game. You have less. You have a lot of less health, but basically when you kill enemies, you get demons, and then when a demon reaches its final stage, you get an extra life. I guess like so in solo you get like 2 lives. If you play Warlock, you start with 1 life, so it still adds up. You're not like cheating an extra life, but it's like if you do die once, you can just farm your demons up again, and then you'll be 2 lives. But if you're playing another class and you die, you'll have 1 life, and then you can't organically get another life. So it's really nice, like insurance. And also like, yeah, the demons are like, your familiars are like nice to have in general. Like you get 3 of them, and they're all leveled up. They do like, respectable amounts of damage. You can't get familiars, which sucks a little bit, but it's like fine. Battle Mage, I really hate this class. Basically, like dodging is like I would put this in never take just because I never play this class, but where did I put the adventurer? I would rather play either of these 2 classes over this Battle Mage. Oh my god. Basically, the problem with this class that I have is like, oh, it's not letting me paste, or okay, is that instead of okay, I just noticed Master of Magic, but your spell damage is 10, but so is the Warlock. So like, hello. Rolling is like the most important part of this game, and this character has to do like dash plus jump to teleport, and there's a slight cooldown. With other classes you can just hold dodge, and you'll just like dodge forever, and it's really hard to get hit. If you dodge right, you can just never, like if you dodge into the right positions, you will just never get hit if you just hold dodge. With this class, you have to hit this like combination to teleport in the direction you're facing a little bit away. It's so bad. Like there's a slight cooldown so you can get hit. But even if you get that, you can't like control how far you go. Like it just teleports you like a certain distance that like makes sense. Like you'll never teleport off a cliff, but like I don't know, it's just really not fun to use. And in rooms that have pits, it's extra annoying because sometimes you'll dodge like up rather than like forward. Like you'll dodge up the y-axis a little bit. You can't do that with this. You only go like on the x-axis. You only teleport like left to right. I mean, you might be able to manipulate it diagonally a little bit, but like if you have not a lot of space to navigate, it just sucks. I hate it. I hate this. I hate this class. Yeah, and like these other like this magic barrier, like who cares? This just puts up a little barrier, like okay, area blast, magic shot. I don't know. I don't use these. For me, they also don't do a lot of damage, I feel like. So I could rather just swing my weapon and deal damage or use my spell and deal damage and then kite. Maybe it's like a playstyle thing I could improve on, but I don't know, just not having a lot of fun with this character. I like how there's a food section when they all like do the same thing. But yeah, that's my tier list. I guess. A lot of mid items in this game. Let me take a quick look at my S tier. I'm gonna move this to A tier actually. It is more utility. Like in the later stages, I'd rather have some of these other powers. Yeah, this is good. Flying carpet. I mean, it is good. Okay, yeah, that's my tier list. Go play the game. Yeah, it's good. I like it. I'm pretty sure we left out some items. Actually, like this item, I'm pretty sure it was not listed in the wiki, but yeah. Anyways, yeah.